You're watching the program Olympic a la Ray. My name is Amit. I have Sakshi with me and also senior sports journalist Rakesh Rao. In rowing, do you think that India's participation could actually do something significant?
Not really. Let's get real here. See, most of the time what happens is like, it's not just about rowing.
Okay.
I'll include a few more events here.
Okay.
Be it golf, be it sailing, fencing, and so on and so forth. I mean, out of these 18 events, this thing, at least 11, I can just pinpoint and say don't expect medals.
But
and I'll be very realistic
really?
about it.
Okay.
We are in with a chance in about 6 to 7 events.
Okay.
And in some of those also, among those 7, some we have an outside chance,
Okay.
where the chances are very slim. Having said that, coming back to, rowing. See, rowing is one of those kind of events where we are still not there. We just make the cut. We get excited about it. And here, I'd just like to underline and just make one point here. This is where I think we as a nation, our emotions get the better of us every time we have a team for the Olympic Games. Yes, the numbers are increasing, our participation is on the rise across events, like 15 disciplines was there, for us in Rio.
Right.
Now it is 18.
Right.
Our participation will be seen across 70 events.
Okay.
There are more than one in certain, we have more than one entry also,
Yes.
but 70 events.
Right.
That means in 70 we have a chance to win medal.
Right.
Now, out of these 70, a person who doesn't follow sports would say, 70 may say about we should get, 30, 35 to milna chahiye.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. You can't, draw a mean somewhere and say, okay, the average is this much, so, we
No,
deserve it.
but on rowing,
It doesn't work.
the
It doesn't
curiosity
work
I
like
have,
that.
Rakesh,
Yeah.
India's got a coastline of 7,500 kilometers.
Yes,
Water is our natural affinity.
fair enough.
Rowing is nothing but a boat race.
Yes.
So shouldn't we excel in it naturally?
That means anything to do with water, we should be doing
Yes,
very well.
aquatics,
Look at
sailing.
where our swimmers are. What I'm trying to say is, it doesn't work that way. Just because you have water, it doesn't make you, an excellent swimmer or a diver. The trouble here is, in any discipline, which includes speed, strength, stamina, Indians you'll find are lagging.
Is that
If
has
it is
got
only
anything to do
skill-based,
with the body structure also
that
that
is
we
what
have in the
that is what I'm
composition
saying.
and also the
For
climate?
example,
Yes.
there are certain nations, and I don't mean anything bad or wrong. Can you imagine the build of a Nepalese
Correct.
or a Burmese to go and win the Olympic hammer throw event? Just visualize it. It's not going to happen.
The body structure and the build is very
Doesn't
different.
allow
It
you.
won't
Yeah, it
support
doesn't allow you that.
Yes.
So let's be very, very fair here, fair to everybody. We are not putting down anyone here. That's why I say Indians, the kind of build that we have, when it comes to strength, we don't have great weightlifters or something. When it comes to sprinting or speed, we don't have 100-meter winners across the board.
Your whole point
When
is
it
there.
comes to stamina, marathon winners don't come from India. That means when it comes to skill, now you see across the board.
So-
Shooting, chess,
Archery?
archery. These are the events where suddenly you feel, oh my God, we are in with a chance.
So let me then
Wherever
share.
the element of skill is more,
Yes.
rather than just brute strength.
I think that's a
we'll-
very important
we'll
point
be able to do
Rakesh
that better,
makes,
yeah.
and perhaps archery is also skill oriented. So let's really look at the archers that we have sent to Tokyo. You've got Atanu Das, Praveen Jadhav, and Tarundeep Rai in the men's individual. Then they're also partnering as a trio in men's team. That's the second event. And then you've got women's individual, Deepika Kumari. But the question I want to ask Rakesh is that for the first time in Olympics, we've got the mixed team event in archery.
Yeah.
And this time it's Deepika Kumari partnering with Praveen Jadhav.
Yeah.
It's a heartbreak not partnering with her husband Atanu Das.
Absolutely. Or any other doubles event, man-woman event. But here, it is like you shoot your target, I'm shooting at mine.
Okay.
That's
Correct.
it.
But then
So
what
it
kind of
doesn't separate too
expectations
much.
also can we have, Rakesh, from our mixed team, given the fact that yesterday
Yeah.
wasn't a very good day for the
Yeah.
Indians when we looked at the angle how the archers played.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at a mixed team event this time today happening, what kind of expectations do you attach with our archers?
See, for me, it moves from day to day. What happens is, if you were to ask me the same question yesterday morning, I would have said, well, depends on their form, because we knew nothing about their form. And suddenly you see that this is what they have shot. Now they are familiar with the venue, with the target, the feel. The first arrow has been shot. So for them, They know where you are. Now you are governed by the form, the recent form. The pointer happens to be yesterday's form. Seeding, past performances, your accomplishments, they all are put on the back burner for a change. You'll say, okay, what did they do yesterday? Now, today is another day. Now, this can also be challenged. Like people will say, okay, they had a good day yesterday, Deepika didn't have it. What if today she does something brilliant? Of course she can do a lot, because she'll be filled with, you know, a new kind of resilience, you know, resolve, and she'll say, okay, I'm going to make it happen. Possible, very much possible, because today, as I said, a different day. But if I were to be very, very honest, what yesterday the men could do, or whatever they could manage to do, I think that doesn't inspire confidence.
I love the way you put it, that whatever the men could do. Amit, I also have a little fact to give to our viewers, since we are talking about archeries and the Indian participation that's going to be unfolding today, of course, with the mixed team event that's going to be happening. But apart from that, if you were to look at the archery world records that have happened, Korea has dominated that front, Rakesh, completely. Yes. In the women's individual, Kang Chae-young from Korea bagged in fact, actually made a world record in archery in 2019 with 692 points, while in the women's team, again, Korea dominated in 2018. In the men's individual, that was the only time when USA got a chance in 2019, and then again in the men's team, Korea dominated in 2012, while in the mixed team, again, Korea dominated in 2019. It's been clearly all through Korea, and Rakesh, today, our mixed team is up against Korea.
That is why I said that the elimination, the ranking points ranking round becomes so important.
Yes.
You know, you are running into the best team or the team which is showing great form. That's why I said your seeding, everything else is not to be considered. You are going to face, look at how the Indian team must be feeling. Oh my God, we are running into the best side in the business. Traditionally a power force. They are a powerhouse of archery.
Yes.
Traditionally they've been very good. And why they're doing so well here? In 2021, Koreans didn't take part in a single event across the world.
Okay.
You know what they were doing?
Yes.
They prepared a replica of this venue.
Okay.
Identical color, feel, distance, you just name it. They produced it. They just reproduced this venue there at home. They recreated it.
Yes.
And they shot and did nothing. No competition. Like Deepika, our people went to Paris, they did, a lot of things.
Right.
Because for me, the hope comes from the fact that it's not that how well we are doing. You can see a chink in the armory of the Chinese type, right? The girl, she's struggling. What Indians need to do is to just stay consistent. If you try to do too much, if you're only trying, if you put pressure on yourself to hit 10s, it doesn't happen that way. There will be times when you will hit an 8 or a 9, but don't hit 7s and 6s. That is where the problem begins. Yes.
So how much of a difference does it make for an individual archer when one is playing as a solo, fighting for himself or herself, and then in a team together?
See, here the pressure on her was immense because she knew that she needed a 10. And she got it.
Yes.
So that is where experience counts. To answer that earlier question of yours, how much does experience make a difference? Yes, it does make a difference, especially in pressure situations. Like a must-win 10, you must get that 10 and you get it. So these are the big moments of the sport or during the match. So for the Chinese Taipei girl, when you know that, okay, that girl is struggling, but what if she gets her act right? You can't pay too much attention to that. Yes, you know that it's because of her that Indians are getting closer, but you got to do your act right. You can't depend on somebody else's follies to move ahead in life. You got to do what you got to do.
Yes.